kettlebell with banded rotation is an anterior oblique sling strengthening exercise. So it's going to be the adductor crossing the pubic symphysis to the opposite oblique. So it's going to help to stabilize across that front pelvic joint. What we're focusing on is the shoulder and knee are going to be moving closer towards midline, which is going to help to kind of compress against that pelvic joint to help stabilize it. So with the banded rotation, you can use a band, but this is optional. So if you don't have a setup to use it, or if you don't want to use it, you don't have to use the band. So in our demo video though, we are going to show it with the band. I'm going to hold a weight. It can be a dumbbell or a kettlebell. The closer I hold it to my chest, the easier this will be. The further I hold it away, it's going to be harder because it increases the length of the lever. So from here, I'm going to open up. So I'm going to find that open hip position. If I thought about this being my neutral position, so my pelvis and my knee being a 90-degree angle, opening that angle would be an open hip position or more of that external rotation. And then bringing it closer would be that internal rotation. So going from my neutral to opening my hip to closing my hip. So when I open up, I'm going to rotate away to find my open hip position. And then I'm going to exhale to rotate in. And I could also think like driving that knee inwards to emphasize that adductor activation. Inhale to rotate, and then exhale to come towards midline. So again, the further I hold the weight away from my chest, the more challenging this movement will be. If I want to increase the challenge of it, I can either increase the weight, I can increase the resistance of the band by either going to a heavier band or moving further away from the point of attachment. So big thing is we want to focus on find that open hip position and then rotate to find that internal rotation or that closed hip position. So this leg can actually kind of move as we go. If the half kneeling position is really uncomfortable due to the asymmetry, we can do it from a seated position as well. So I'm going to take a Pilates ball, soft pillow, yoga block, put it between my thighs, and then I'll grab my weight. Same thing, the closer it is to my chest, the easier this will be. The further it away, the harder it'll be. So I'm going to think, inhale to rotate to the side, and then exhale, squeeze the ball as I bring the weight to the center. Inhale to rotate to the opposite side, and then exhale, squeeze as I bring it back to center. So I would just alternate between sides as I do this. And so same thing, it's still working that anterior oblique sling, but it's going to be in a more even stance, which may feel better in the pelvis for you. For the kettlebell with banded rotation, using the band is optional, but we want to put it on the inside leg. And then the further the weight is from the chest, the harder the movement will be because it's going to increase the length of the lever. I'm going to inhale to rotate to the side, and then exhale to bring everything back towards midline. Inhale to rotate away, exhale to come back towards midline. If the half kneeling stance is not feeling super great in the pelvis due to the asymmetry, we can do this from a seated position as well to regress the movement to make it more attainable for you.